What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite, and welcome back to Over the Top with Manchester City. Today we have a Cup special. We have the Carabao Cup Semi Final against Chelsea and the FA Cup third round against Leicester. Pretty unfortunate draw in the FA Cup. The first round we're in, we get Leicester of all teams, who we drew with recently. So, yeah, that's not a good matchup for us. Fortunately, it's at home, so hopefully we can use that to our advantage. The Chelsea match is away, so that's going to be difficult. But we've played pretty well against them so far this season. Obviously, we played them first game in the season, and we beat them 3-0, or 4-0 even. So, good result against them last time. In terms of since I last saw you, which was PSG in that very big disappointment against Liverpool, we played like garbage. We beat Gladbach 2-0, so we guaranteed top of the group. So, we were the number one seed. We were a seeded team, so we got a little bit easier of a draw, but it's still not easy. I'll show you the draw in a second. Then played West Brom, beat them 2-0. Jesus, again, on the score sheet, he scored against Gladbach in the 93rd minute, so it wasn't really that convincing, but Jesus again scored in the 20th minute this time, but Foden scored in the 94th minute, so again, this game wasn't as convincing. It was 1-0 until the 94th minute. Then played Tottenham, and that's a good result, a 2-1 win. 2 goals in the first half, a goal in the first minute of the game by Bernardo Silva. They scored late on just to kind of close it, make it a little bit closer than it was, but we played pretty well in that game, and it was away from home, so that was a really good performance. Then played Leicester at home and drew 1-1. We scored in the 66th minute, and they immediately scored again. It was so frustrating. Ederson's just still not playing well. No one's really, Gabby Jesus isn't really, other than those 2 goals, I don't think he's done anything since. He's been not playing well. So much so that against Charlton, I brought back Sergio Aguero, and he scored a brace. I figured if he's ever going to score a goal, it's going to be against, League One Charlton. Surely he can score against them. And it took him 70 minutes, but he finally did get a goal. So I started him for the next game, and he got another goal against Burnley. Aymeric Laporte got a hat trick of headers from corners to give us a 4-0 win. So that was pretty cool to see a hat trick all in the first half. 3 corner goals in the first half by Aymeric Laporte. That was pretty awesome. Then played Southampton, beat them 3-0. De Bruyne scoring a brace. John Stones scoring another header from a corner. And then Crystal Palace beat them 2-0. Ferran Torres and Tommy Doyle stepping up with a goal. So Aguero had a good rating that game at least. He didn't play especially well, but he somehow had a good rating. He didn't get a goal. And he did a decent... he was not that... Yeah, he wasn't very good against Southampton, but I've given him a chance, and I'm giving him a chance here against Chelsea. Actually, before I get to that, I'll show you who we've been drawn against in the Champions League. First knockout round, we have Dortmund. So not the easiest of draws we could have gotten, but not the hardest either. I think we can beat Dortmund. I think if we're gonna get to a Champions League final, we're gonna have to beat teams like Dortmund along the way. We're not gonna get an easy run in, so I'm okay facing them right now. I think we can beat them. It could have been much harder. I can't remember all the teams that were second, unseeded teams, but there were some big teams there, so that's not to worry about right now. Right now, we have to worry about Chelsea. This is the squad I'm going with to face Chelsea. Aguero starting up top. The normal back line, really. Alaba, Laporte, Diaz, Walker, and Ederson. I have put in a contract offer for Alaba. We are in January. So I put in a contract offer for him, pre-contract deal. So have Liverpool, Man United, and Juventus. But I'm hoping, since he's already playing for us on loan, he'll want to join us over those teams. That's my hope, at least. And we're doing better than all of them in the league, so I'm hoping he'll join us. And Fernandinho, De Bruyne, and Silva in the middle of the field, normal pairing. Mahrez, Sterling, Aguero. Pretty much our strongest squad. What should be our strongest squad if Sergio Aguero scored goals, which he's doubled his goal tally. He's tripled his goal tally in the last month. So, I mean, if you said that in isolation, that'd be good. But if you tell him that he went from 1 to 4, that's not as impressive. But I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get. So I think Laporte is now our 3rd leading goal scorer. 4th. We got Mahrez, De Bruyne, Jesus, and he's tied with Ilkay Gundogan on 6 goals for our 4th leading goal scorer after that hat trick. But he's been pretty good from corners. He's been a pretty useful player. He's been good defensively too, so I've been happy with Aymeric Laporte. We've done a little bit of rotation in this time. We have one injury. We don't have an injury. So Rodri is suspended, so no injuries. We're fully healthy. There's only a 7-man bench for the EFL Cup, though, so kind of got to drop a few guys. Stefan and Mendy can't be on the bench. But let's just get into it. That's enough talk. Let's see if we can beat Chelsea again and can secure ourselves a Carabao Cup final. I'm going to say go out there and give these fans their money worth. No reaction, really. Give them all faith. Most of the team reacted. That's good. Tommy Doyle even on the bench. Good job, Tommy. Rodri is suspended. How big of an absence will he be today? These things happen, so it's up to us as a squad to make sure we don't miss him too much. As you prepare to face Chelsea, are you happy with Kyle Walker's performance as a wingback? Yeah, he'll carry on doing his thing. I'm not the sort of manager to fix what isn't broken. Their form has been okay. 3 wins, 2 losses in their last 5. So they're not in terrible form or anything. We're in pretty good form, though. 4 wins out of the last 4 games with a draw against Leicester as the only kind of blemish on our schedule. So we've been playing pretty well. Hopefully we can keep that going. We played really well against Chelsea last time with this same system. Pretty much these same players, too. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same lineup, but it's pretty darn close. I think we didn't have Aguero at that point, so we had Gabby Jesus up top, so technically we should do even better because Aguero is technically a better player, even though he doesn't play like it. But hopefully he can show up today as De Bruyne shows up today. De Bruyne from the edge of the area. What a shot that was. Just a grass cutter. Just low and hard into the bottom left corner. That came out of almost nothing, really. Sterling plays the ball, takes a couple touches, plays the ball over to Mahrez, who puts it into De Bruyne. He takes a couple touches and just slides it right into the bottom of the corner. Just places it into the corner. Keeper can't get across. Had a good enough pace on it, and had a good enough location that keeper never stood a chance. Now he's got a free kick from pretty far out. He's going to go for goal, but Mendy makes the save this time. That would have been a fantastic couple of goals if De Bruyne scored that. But it's not to be, unfortunately, so we're going to have a corner. Obviously, we're dangerous from corners, though. Laporte has been super, super good from corners, so that's not a bad thing, us having a corner. We've been pretty good from throw-ins, too, so I'll take a throw-in. As you can see by the Chelsea formation on the wings, they've got Hudson-Odoi and Orsolini, so they have a new signing, Orsolini, starting on the right. No Pulisic. Who's their striker? Was their striker Werner? I didn't check, but Sterling, a ball through Riyad Mahrez with another assist. Mahrez is so good. Plays the ball through to Sterling. A beautiful pass through, perfectly weighted. And Sterling just places it in the bottom corner again. Starts from a free kick from Ruben Diaz. Played into Aguero. So Aguero's a part of the build-up. But a wonderful pass from Mahrez. Just finds Sterling. And then on his right foot, Sterling just places it into the corner of the net. Perfect placement. Didn't try to leather the ball. Didn't try to go across the keeper. He just put it in the near post where the keeper couldn't get down, couldn't react quick enough. And that's 2-0. So we have Chelsea's number. We've beat them twice so far. I mean, I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but it looks like we're going to beat them twice by comfortable victories. So we just have Chelsea's number for some reason. They're doing okay in the league, so it's not like they're just really struggling. So I don't know what to say is going on, really, but I'll take it. If we can have good performances against Chelsea, I'm very happy with that. I prefer we also had good performances against the likes of Liverpool and Man United, but I'll take Chelsea. One's better than none. So we're going to look to find a cross in from Alaba, looking like from this left-hand side. Puts a ball in, looking for Aguero, and it eventually finds Aguero, and Aguero places it in the back of the net. He scores another goal. He's on a goal-scoring spree, Kun Aguero. That is his 4th goal in 5 or 6 games. So, considering he had 1 goal in his first 8 games, that's a pretty good return. Pretty lucky, bounces around, but eventually lands at Aguero's foot, and he cannot miss from there. An empty net, basically. That had to be some pretty good XG. Not really, because we're only at 1.12. I don't know how that's not 1 XG in itself. He's just free in front of goal. No one between him and the net. Alba again looking to be involved. Finds Bernardo Silva and a beautiful pass. Mahrez this time on the receiving end of a Bernardo Silva cross. What a cross that was. And I tell them to do low crosses, and that is exactly what Bernardo Silva does. I just fizzed one across the box into the danger area. No Chelsea player is able to get on the end of it, and Mahrez making a sliding tackle, pushing it into the back of the net. That is his first goal after he has 2 assists, so he's been absolutely dominant so far. Man of the match so far. We are thrashing Chelsea. 10 shots, 7 on target, 4 goals. Just like I feel like teams have been, especially like Liverpool last episode, have been getting lucky against us, scoring every single shot on target. We score 4 out of our 7 shots, so not quite as good as Liverpool, but still pretty good. I'm gonna outstretch arms. I'm delighted with your performance so far. Absolutely delighted. Everyone's playing well. Center backs are the only ones without good ratings, but they haven't really had much to do anyways. They don't have a shot. I'd say they're defending pretty well if they haven't allowed Chelsea to have a single shot yet. Okay, now they have a shot, of course. But they bring in Billy Gilmore. Looks like they're waving the white flag because that's not a game-changing sub there. Looks like they're going to give some of their youngsters a little bit of time as Mahrez looks to get... Oh, that's a penalty. It might be a penalty. Supposedly there was a push in the box. I think De Bruyne will take it. I kind of want to give it to Mahrez. If he gives me the option, I'm going to give it to Mahrez. Mahrez deserves it. I don't know how good of a penalty taker he is. He's okay. He deserves the goal. He's been magnificent, so I'm going to give him the chance. De Bruyne has played great too, but Mahrez has had his best game of the season probably, and he finished it off with his second goal. 2 goals, 2 assists for Riyad Mahrez, the club's leading goal scorer. That puts him on 10 goals for the season. It says in the bottom, a deserved goal for Mahrez. Absolutely. That's why I gave it to him, because he's been the best player on the pitch so far. He deserved to get a chance to take that penalty. And it is 5-0. It is a wipe. An absolute wipe. I'm going to take off Bernardo. He's tired. We're on Tommy Doyle. He's a little bit tired, but I'm fine with him playing. He can play 20 minutes. Looks like Chelsea are going to look for their first attack of the game, but it looks like it's going to be intercepted by Bernardo Silva in his last action of the game. He plays through Kun Aguero, who tries a long shot, and he hits the post. Aguero with almost a fantastic effort. I mean, it was a fantastic effort. Unfortunately, it just didn't go in. I'm bringing Ferran Torres now. No, Morris is on a hat trick. I don't really want to take him off. I'm going to take off De Bruyne, actually. He's tired, too, so I'll take him off for Phil Foden. I need to put Foden on the other side, though. I want to place Foden on the left-hand side, so Doyle will move over. Foden will come in. Those will be our 3 changes. Hopefully we don't get an injury, but even if we do, I think we can win with 10 men. I don't think they're going to overturn a 5-goal deficit in 15 minutes. I feel pretty comfortable. As I don't think we've seen a single Chelsea attack all game. It looks like it's going to be another Man City attack, unless we give the ball away. But it's going to be a ball over the top to Aguero. He's through on goal, and he finds the back of the net. Aguero is firing. Kun Aguero is in hot goal-scoring form. He might have been absolutely horrific to start the season, but he's finally got into his goal-scoring ways. He is back. Unfortunately, I didn't show it earlier, but Aguero also is leaving at the end of the season. He has signed a pre-contract with PSG. So he wanted like a 3-year deal. I would only do a 2-year deal, and he just wouldn't accept it. He wanted like twice his wages to accept a 2-year deal, and I was not going to do that, especially because to that point he'd been terrible. So, I mean, I only offered him the contract because he scored like 3 goals in 2 games. So I figured, okay, maybe he's going to be back into goal-scoring ways. Maybe he deserves another year, but he wanted another 3 years, and I just wasn't going to do that. As we get another one, Mars with his hat trick of assists, and youngster Tommy Doyle gets in on the goal-scoring action. This is just easy at this point. Like, this is easy mode. This is FM on beginner. Mahrez played down this right-hand side, puts the ball across. Tommy Doyle just smashes it towards the near post. Keeper stands no chance. Defender can't get across him. And Tommy Doyle scores a goal. His second goal of the season, I believe. We don't have any more subs, so I'd like to take off some players, but we've taken off everyone we can. Mahrez, let's see how many goal involvements he can get this game. I want to get him a hat trick. If he can get a hat trick of goals and assists, that would be fantastic. Doyle, Tommy Freak, it's 8-0. Dude, what is going on? We have just thrashed Chelsea in their own house. 8-0, and it might not be over. There might be more goals. Kun Aguero heads it on to Tommy Doyle, and he does not miss. We have been just ridiculously clinical in this game. We've only scored half our shots on target, though. We've just been dominant. It's not like Liverpool. It's not like PSG, where they're scoring every single shot on target. We only scored half our shots on target. We just had a lot of shots on target. What a game that was. 8-0 in the end. I'm very glad we saw that game, because that was very entertaining to watch. I'm very happy with the result and the way you played. Our best game of the season, without a doubt. Well done on reaching the EFL Cup Final. How does it feel? I'm pleased. We knew we were capable of getting there, and now we have to go and try to win it. Ruben Diaz picked up another yellow card today, taking his tally to 10 for the season. Does that record concern you? Not really. Football is a competitive game, and you need players like Ruben in order to compete. Simply great. What a game. Don't think we're going to forget about that match anytime soon. One to tell the grandkids about. Man City were absolutely superb today. Fantastic performance all over the pitch, but Riyad Mahrez just edges it for my player of the match. Absolutely agree. Great performance from Mahrez. Expect nothing less. We are in the EFL Cup final after a completely dominant performance, partially by Riyad Mahrez, partially by, surprisingly, Kun Aguero, partially by, surprisingly, Tommy Doyle, who scored a brace. I'm going to give them all praise. Praise their last game. You were superb. Good to see him back in the goal-scoring ways. Tommy. I thought about replacing him, not training. Bring in someone else that could be like the fourth choice midfielder. But if he's going to play like that, I don't need to. Like, I haven't really found anyone by any way that would replace him, but I don't know if we need to. Bernardo Silva was fantastic. Just praise all my players. Praise your, not recent form. I keep hitting the wrong one. I mean, his recent form's been good too, but his last game especially was fantastic. You were superb with the number and quality of your chances. Who else was great? Kevin De Bruyne. Praise him. I'll be the last one I praise. You were superb in front of goal. Wonderful goal by Kevin De Bruyne, and that was just the start of what was an absolutely dominant performance. An absolute stomp. Oh, after the high of that match, hopefully we don't have a equally low performance against Leicester. So I'll see you in 4 days for the FA Cup third round against Leicester. And we are back after that 8-0 drubbing of Chelsea. And we have gotten our opponent for the EFL Cup final. And of course, it's none other than Liverpool. Freaking Liverpool have destroyed us last time we played them. So I'm not looking forward to that matchup. I'll just say that. We have them again just a month earlier. So hopefully we can get one over on Liverpool in that match and set ourselves up for possibly a winning performance. But I want to also say I'm trying to offer Fernandinho a new contract. When I went to offer him a contract, he's 35 years old, by the way. Remember this. He's 35. He wanted a 4-year deal. He wanted a deal until he's 39 years old on the same money he's currently on, $230K. You do realize in like 2 years, you're going to be like a League One caliber player, right? So I'm not doing that deal. And he still won't talk to me about a new deal. So we might be losing Fernandinho. And we are losing Sergio Aguero. So this team might look pretty different next season. But that's, of course, if there is a next season. If we win the Champions League in this first season, that will be the end of the series. We'll just have to start another series with another team that needs to win a Champions League. I'm not going to say who yet, but I've got my mind on somebody. But in terms of this game against Leicester, I'm going to go with the exact same lineup that played Chelsea. Why wouldn't I? They scored 8-0. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the same team. And Tommy Doyle, even though Rodri is back, Tommy Doyle's going to keep his spot on the bench. You score 2 goals, you find a spot in the lineup. He won't be in the starting lineup because I can't really drop Silva or De Bruyne, but he's got to be on the bench. After that performance, he's got to be on the bench. If I need a game changer, maybe I need to bring in Tommy freaking Doyle. Who would have guessed? Sergio Aguero is the man up top. 7.7 in his last 5. From absolutely nowhere. So I don't know what's changed in this team, but they've figured out how to score goals. And I want to see that against Leicester. Let's see if we can do it. I'm going to say go out there and carry straight on from where you finished last match. After an 8-0, yeah, just do that again. Do 8-0 again. That'd be nice. Please, 8-0, another one. You come into this one in good form whilst your opponents do not. Do you perhaps fear complacency ahead of kickoff? Leicester are a better team than their recent run of form might indicate, and they're going to give us a tough match out here. Ederson is on a fairly lengthy run without conceding a goal. How long can he keep it going for? He's performed to a very high standard and is always striving to improve. I'm hoping for another clean sheet here today. After some pretty poor performances from Ederson, he has been pretty good our past 3-4 games. We've not conceded a goal in a while, so he's been good. It's about dang time, too, because he was so bad in those games against Liverpool, the game against PSG, and, of course, the long throw, and, of course, it's Sergio Kun Aguero. Scoring again, he is in just ridiculous form. From out of nowhere, from being the worst player on the team to probably like the most informed striker in the Premier League. Like, I don't think anyone else is scoring more goals than Aguero has at striker. Like, he's been nuts. He's been scoring goals like they're coming off a tree. Absolutely fantastic. And we've been the dominant team again. We are at home, so I would hope for a dominant performance. Leicester are still a good team, even though they might not be in very good form. They're still a really good team, but it's kind of unfortunate we got them in the third round. We could have gotten like a League 2 team or a National League team. But no, we get one of the best teams in the Premier League. Obviously, it's not one of the big six, but they're just like, they're seventh in the big six. Probably. Yeah, probably seventh in the big six. So that's still a tough team, but we are looking very good today. Obviously, we played really well last game, so I'm glad to see that form kind of continue here. If we can get a couple more goals, I'd be very happy with the way the form's going, because that might be a penalty, but it is not. Supposedly it's clean, but he can't quite get the ball to his own striker up top. We're going to go on the attack again. Sterling, play the ball through to the left back. Alaba. Oh my gosh, David Alaba. What a finish that is. What a goal. I saw him coming on the overlap, and I just saw the pass, from the second he started moving, and was just hoping Sterling would play it. Like, from right there, I saw him running. I was like, gotta pass that to Alaba. He doesn't quite get him in jogging while he's jogging, but he finally gets the ball just barely onside. And Alaba with his left, or was that with his left or with his right foot? Let's see this again. He is just barely on. Defensive line not taking up a good position with his left foot. Smashes it into the far corner. And it is 2-0. We are dominating again. Alaba with another throw in this time. Only headed up by Fofana, but only as far as Sterling. Back to the danger man Alaba. I really hope he chooses us. He said, like it says in his transfer information, that he's hoping PSG put in a bid. So if they haven't put in a bid for him yet. So if they do, he might accept theirs, which would be unfortunate. That is also unfortunate, as Harvey Barnes scores a counterattack where he just ran from his own area all the way into the goal and played a wonderful ball. Iheanacho plays him through. Maybe not from his own area, but plays him through from pretty deep. And he just runs through, and I think Ederson ducked away from the ball. He made himself as small as possible. I think that's the opposite of what you're trying to do. Pretty sure you try to make yourself big, not like curl up in a ball, because that's what it looked like he did. Hopefully we still have a good enough lead that it's not going to be a problem. Hopefully we can get an even bigger lead as Kun Aguero goes for goal, but a good save this time by Schmeichel. We're only going to go as far as Walker into Fernandinho. De Bruyne to Aguero. What a ball to Mahrez, but he's at a tight angle. But a ball is going to fall to Aguero. And Sergio Aguero finds the back of the net. That is 3-1. And Sergio freaking Aguero. I'm kind of sad that he's not joining us, like staying with us next season, because he's been in ridiculous form. If he could be like this all season, Champions League would be a nothing. It'd be a nothing burger. It'd be so easy. Unfortunately, he's not been like this all season, so I'm not sure if this kind of form is going to continue. Don't know how long it's going to continue, but long may it continue. Especially, we've got quite a few games before the Champions League starts again. Hopefully he keeps it going all that time, because I want to see that Aguero in the Champions League. I'm very pleased with your performance. Keep it going, lads. 3-1, 17 shots, 11 on target. They've had a little bit more attacking output than Chelsea did. They have 3 shots, 2 on target. I mean, it's still not great, but it's still more than Chelsea. We've still been completely dominant, though. Not great XG, though, for 18 shots. You would hope you'd get more than 0.1 XG a shot. That's basically what we're getting. Is that right? Did I do the math right? I don't know. Is it 1? No, it's not 1. It's 0.1. I'm pretty sure it's 0.1. I'm not good at quick maths. I'll just say that. As they're going to look to go on the attack, Fernandinho misses the tackle, and it's going to fall to Jamie Vardy, and they get one back. It's not over. They have, 4 shots on target and 2 goals? 3 shots on target and 2 goals. Because of course they do. Because Ederson doesn't know how to make saves. The ball just hits Vardy in the back. Fernandinho needs to come off. That was awful. I don't know if it's just because he's on a yellow, but that was terrible. Can't be attacking anymore. Well, what is happening? Did not click that button, but thank you. Positive. Start time wasting a little bit. Tell the team to focus. I don't have Rodri on the bench, so I don't really have a great replacement for Fernandinho. Obviously, Gundogan's probably the most like-for-like replacement. I could play Alaba at defensive midfield. I might actually do that. He's more defensive than anyone else I could bring in. I can bring in Mendy. Actually, yeah, I'll bring in Mendy. I say I could bring Cancelo in on the left-hand side. He can play there. He's probably a little bit more defensive than Mendy, but I'm actually going to switch him on to support and Walker on to defend. What other changes do I make? Our team is absolutely knackered. They are dead. Tommy Doyle, this is your moment, fella. Come in for Kevin De Bruyne and show what you got. And for our final sub, I'll save it, do a time-wasting sub here in a couple of minutes. Oh, there's another highlight. I don't like this. Tommy Doyle. Tommy freaking Doyle is the man. And he's going to run from his own end and just score, isn't he? Because it's Tommy Doyle. Okay, he passed it. Mahrez through to Aguero for his hat trick. Gets around the keeper. And good God, Sergio Aguero. Where did this come from? He has more goals in this game than he had in 2 months at the start of the season. I don't understand it. I don't understand where this Sergio Aguero came from. He was so bad to start the season. So much so that I'd almost resigned him to not even touch my pitch again. But I gave him another chance against a League One team, and that seemed to kickstart his season. Make our last sub. Aguero's got his hat trick. Do a little, woo, yeah, woo, Aguero. Take the walk off. Get your moment of fanfare. Gabriel Jesus can come in. He can run this game out. Is he onside? He is onside. Mahrez, the defender, didn't seem to be too interested in closing him down, but Mahrez is going to cut inside to Sterling, who's in a lot of space. Finds the ball across to Aguero, looking for another, but it's Sterling this time, and it is 5-2. This team is so good right now. This is looking like Pep at his best. Scoring buttloads of goals against great teams. Scored 8 against Chelsea. We scored 5 against Leicester. I mean, you'd think it'd be the other way around. You think we was like 5-2 against Chelsea away from home? That seems like a great result, obviously, but a more realistic result than maybe an 8-0 against Leicester at home. What that line is? What's that line even? Oh, because that's where. Okay. What a game! I'm gonna praise the team. They've been fantastic. They don't seem to care. Okay, whatever. 5-2. We are through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. Very pleased with the result and your performance. Fantastic victory. The second fantastic victory of the episode. What an episode this has been. We hammer Leicester. Aguero, fantastic. 3 goals and an assist. Robbie is the guy I might be signing on a free contract. He doesn't actually look that good. I thought he was better than what he really is. Obviously, he's signed for Leipzig in real life, but he's just available on a free in this, and I figured I'd give him a chance. Also, I'm signing Miljevic. He's already joining. He's Argentinian, but he's also, if you go to his information, he's also American, so I had to sign him. He doesn't look that good, but it's a cheap deal. Karius, I might also be signing on a free, but because we'll need a third goalkeeper, because Scott Carson's only on loan. So I'm looking at Karius. Might be signing him. He's been at Man City, but unfortunately he didn't stay there long enough to get homegrown, which is kind of not smart on their part. But so he's not homegrown in England or at the club. I'm also looking at Ethan Horvath just because he's an American. Rui Silva. Guy's got a little bit of potential for a 26-year-old. Oh, he's already joining Bologna. Okay. Vaclik? I don't know. He's probably better than everybody else, but he's 31 as well. Angus Gunn is a guy homegrown that I'd have to pay for him, but he's like the only homegrown goalkeeper that they have that's any good. So I might just sign Angus Gunn back to be our third choice goalkeeper. He's on loan at Stoke in the Championship. Played 23 games for him, so he's played quite a bit. $13 million to sell to Southampton. Then we might buy him back for 4 to 6. I think that's good business. In terms of the next episode, this one was really good. Hopefully the next episode can be as good. We've got Arsenal coming up. I kind of feel like I have to show that match because they're like top of the table. 44 points somehow. I don't know why they're so good because they're so bad in real life. But in this game, they're just ridiculous. They have 38 goal difference. I don't understand how they're so good. Martin Odegaard is like the best player in this game. He's unbelievable on this game. Like, he looks pretty fantastic, but he plays out of this world. He's like Ballon d'Or nomination, how good he's been, which is not really what can be said for real life. Aubameyang's been scoring goals. Saka's been scoring goals. 14 assists by Martin Odegaard. So yeah, Aubameyang, who's not been good in real life, has been good in this game. Saka, who has been good in real life, has been good in this game. And Arsenal are just ridiculous form. So I think I'll have to show that. I want to come back for a Dortmund match, but I don't really want to do Arsenal and then Dortmund. Maybe I do want to do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do Arsenal and then the first leg against Dortmund. Then I'll come back from Man United Dortmund for the next episode after that. Liverpool's there too. Maybe I'll do a triple header. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like, but next episode will be Arsenal and Dortmund in the first knockout round. We got a little bit of game to play to get there. We've got an FA Cup 4th round on the way. We got Chelsea in the league. Hopefully we can smash them again. But if you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.